How is it going, everybody? It's going to take a while to get used to looking up there. This is my retro vintage room. We're just hanging out in here today. Snowmageddon's outside. I live in central United States, central Illinois. I'm kind of still moving some things from the other room. Kayla said that she was not a fan of my desk that's in there. So I ordered another desk off Best Buy. It's kind of the same, but it doesn't have stuff to come out of the side because you can see this is mainly where I sit at nighttime. About 8 o'clock at night, I like to come in here. I got my 70-inch TV right here. You can't see it, but it's right there. And I just like to turn something on YouTube. And I'll tell you, I'm a big ASMR guy. Like, if you've never looked that up, definitely look that up. It is just, I don't know. I'm into haircut videos. That's my big thing. But I'll watch people doing shoe shines. I watch this guy named Kirby Allison. I'll watch him get fitted for suits. It's just like certain noises on there that I just like, and it helps put me to sleep. You know, from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock before I got to take my stomach pill for the night. It is so helpful to be able to do that, and just kind of, I'll just fall asleep for, I don't know, I might get 20 minutes to half an hour of actual sleep time if I start at 8 o'clock and I just start doing that. Sometimes I'll watch stuff I actually want to watch. Like right now, I got Twitch on, which I first started years ago, maybe 2015, 2016, is watching gamers. Fortnite was huge back then. Ninja, Tim the Tap Man, watching them play Fortnite. Like, that's what I used to love to watch all the time. But now it's more in real life stuff, IRL. I like watching that. It's live. I'm not watching YouTube videos, even though I like YouTube and I'm on YouTube. Um, this is more live stuff that I watch. And right now I'm watching a pizza place. If you ever have a chance, look up Twitch, look up Baked Pizza. It's just Baked Pizza Company. They're in North Carolina. They're cool, you know. A few years older than me is the guy who owns the business. His wife's a little younger than me. And it's a lot of high schoolers, maybe mid 20s, early 30s, people who work there. A couple older people close to retirement that work there. One lady cooks in the morning. She's cool. She'll make the marinara sauce and stuff like that. And then they have an older delivery guy at nighttime. He just does it as a side job as he collects his Social Security. Super cool. I just like that. I like the vibe. I help them if you ever watch it. I told them leave the camera right where it's at because they had it closer to where you could mainly just see a single person making the pizza and people walk behind them. I'm like, we need to see more. We want to see more of what's going on. So now you can see the complete back where they make their sandwiches. I don't think they have French fries there. I'm not sure. It's mainly a pizza place, but they also make subs and stuff like that. I think they make wings now. Super cool. I just have them on for background most of the time. I like watching that. That is just relaxing to me. I'll watch the 30 show on there sometimes. They're mainly background stuff for me. April Anonymous. I'm somebody who's never going to go to New York. I like watching April Anonymous because she's in New York. She will walk around New York. There's a lot of times she'll leave New York and go to Universal down in Florida. Never going to go there, so it's cool to see it. A live view of, hey, this is actually what's going on. I watch a couple people from the UK. One's Jo Beats. She's a girl over there, has blue hair. She plays Pokemon Go. She walks around, but she records herself as she does it. That's pretty cool to get to see, the UK out. They don't have quite as many people, I've noticed. It's a lot more open space. I watch in the morning. One of my favorite things that I've been consistent on is The Only Deaf Guy. His name's Connor, and he works in his uncle's restaurant, who I also watch. He streams too. His name is Richard Bam. They own the uncle owns the Roasted Cafe. It's over in Cheltenham, UK. Fantastic. I get up at 5:15 in the morning. I'm usually sitting down to eat breakfast by about 6, maybe a little bit before, a little bit after. Over there, it's just past noon by that time. So they're already on, they're going, they're past breakfast, they're cooking lunch now. And it's cool to watch that. It's a super tiny kitchen. I'm talking as big as this room, just a little bit longer. And that's really cool to watch for me. I like that a lot. But I want to get back to the haircut videos that I was talking about, the ASMR. If you've never watched it, mainly I like to watch, certain people like Haircut Harry. I'll watch him. Arthur Rubinoff. I watch them a whole bunch. Haircut Harry's somebody who goes around. Arthur Rubinoff is the owner of the store who cuts hair. So he just gets random people come in. Haircut Harry, you see him all the time, but at different locations. That's super cool to me. I like the clicking sound, but I'll watch random ones too. And sometimes random are better, but if you know specific people you're watching, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get a quiet in the shop, nobody else is there, the closed signs turned, but they're the only people in there because they know they're shooting the video. I love the sound of scissors. Like regular scissors. Thinning scissors are okay, but just regular scissors going through somebody's hair. Like you can see, I don't have much hair anymore. It's okay. It's just life. I got a lot of hair here, which is, I've always had. That tells you something. Kayla got me this shirt. I think she bought it for $5 online from somebody. I like that, but we can go over this room a little bit since I'm sitting in here, and I am going to do Pokemon cards probably next weekend. I'm expecting a few today to show up in the mail during Snowmageddon, and then I have some coming next week. So I'll have a pretty good updated list. I did ask ChatGPT to help me make a list of what I was missing of the certain sets. Like I said, Base 2, the Rocket series, Jungle, Fossil, and then the Gym series. Those are the first sets of Pokemon cards that came out years ago. 1999 to maybe like 2001, 2002 at the latest is when those sets were made. And that's your regular yellow around the outside and then the square picture in the middle. Nowadays, people are after cards that are more full arts of the full card itself because they like, the designs on it, and they're worth a lot more money. That's okay. A Charizard's worth the most money, but you need to send it into grading, and it's got to be perfect 10. You're talking $150,000 if you get an absolute perfect first edition Shadowless Charizard. I'll never see one of those in my day, but God, wouldn't that be nice. So anyways, in this room, a main thing you can see would be my wrestling title belts. Those are all fake. I've said that before. They're just toys, but I liked collecting them growing up. I got a lot of them at Toys R Us in Springfield. It was special to go to Springfield when I was growing up. I was from Root House, Illinois, small community, 1,700 people. Driving an hour to get to the big city of Springfield, Illinois was cool. Getting to go to the mall, then you go across the street to Toys R Us. That was awesome. Toys R Us isn't there anymore, so that kind of sucks. I'm looking at myself doing this. If you ever wonder why I'm not looking up at the camera, I'm looking at myself. I don't know why. It's just easier for me to do this. Next to it, back there, right there, is my Star Wars cups. Now, recently I got those. I went to a place down in Verdon, Illinois. They were doing like a flea market thing, and I found one cool table in the whole place and had a couple of those, and I thought those were cool. I had some other stuff too, like a Disney glass that I got over here of the raccoon from Pocahontas. I thought that was pretty neat for like $1, I think is what I paid for it. I absolutely had to pick that up. But once I bought a couple of those, I researched them, seeing where they came from. Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, I think Burger King, places like that, back in when the Phantom Menace released, I think 1999 or somewhere around there. I don't really remember. I like Star Wars, but I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. But I thought those were cool because they're all the characters pretty much of that movie, the main characters. So I had to get that. That's pretty cool. Behind it, you got my posters. Um, there's one you can't see, which is Digimon, which is behind my wrestlers back there. But that's Blastoise versus Charizard, the Ultimate Showdown. Huge, love that. Next to it's my Yu-Gi-Oh! You got Yugi, Kaiba, and Joey on that. I'm a big Pegasus fan from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Series. He had Toon World, if you ever remember that. He was the main boss in the first show. Um, Somebody just sent me a message on my phone. I got my phone charging right now just in case the power goes out at some point from all the heavy snow we're getting. You can see my wrestlers. That's not all of my wrestlers. I'm not sure where I have more. Oh, duh. Right over here. I got more right over here you can't see. But I got a lot back there. AEW, my WWE Ultimate Edition. My Undertakers are over on the corner. And then some older ones right in that area. Behind me, you got Bowser. It's from the Super Mario movie, but Bowser's my favorite character from Mario. He's super cool. I like villains. Mom Ra, the Ever Living from Thundercats. Some D&D stuff I got down here. Like I said before in previous videos, actually my work video, when I said I worked at Walmart, I played D&D with the stock guys from the grocery. I loved it. So over the years, I've collected some. I actually had a lot more a long time ago. I left it at a buddy's house, and I think he sold it underneath me and lied and said he lost it. Pretty sure that's what happened. Piplup, because Kayla's super into penguins, so of course I got to get the Pokemon penguin. I got an old Burger King gold Pokemon card. It's Poliwhirl. It has been opened, but it's still, pretty. I mean, it's still mint. The Harry Potter Hogwarts hat, the Sorting Hat down there. If you ever wondered, Slytherin. That's where I come from. The Power Ranger Dinozords up there from the very first. I got Matt from Digimon, duh. And then I can't think of what his Digimon's name is right now, but WereGarurumon, when he digivolves into him, my favorite of all time. I got some happy birthday things that I got from my friend Valerie on my birthday a few years in a row, so I've always kept those, right there, and then there's one over here. And then this jacket, I actually ordered it off Temu, and I thought it was super cool. I like the color. I like wearing it. Kayla thinks it's stupid, so it lives in here, and maybe once every 6 months I wear it. So twice a year. There's an Indian statue my dad got me. I am not a fan of my father, but that is the one thing that I keep that he gave me, plus this old Indian clock that I have that has buffaloes on it. He said I really wanted to see the buffalo when we went to South Dakota one time, so I got that. But I'm not a fan of my father at all. This floor is horrible. The original carpet when I moved in here, I tried to carpet over it. It was crappy, so I just kind of stopped. So we got double carpet on this floor. Another thing behind me would be a few of the sports things that I have in here, which I have a lot more over here in this corner, is bobbleheads. I got the Cardinals, which I got Pujols, Edmonds, Vina, somebody else. Maybe Roland, but don't hold me to that. I don't think it's Roland. And on the other side, I have Kurt Warner, Orlando Pace, maybe Marshall Faulk. I'm not sure on that. And then maybe Torrey Holder, Isaac Bruce, something like that. They have been open before, but they're just super cool to have. Over here, I have my autographed baseballs. I have COAs for all of them, certificate of authentications, every one of them. I got Reed Detmers, which my buddy actually bought for me that I worked with. He went down to Nokomis when he was down there in Nokomis, Illinois, signing autographs and got it for me. Paid $5. That was awesome. My dog got a hold of it, so it has teeth marks. I left it. I was moving it one day. I left it on the floor. Draco got it. That's just how things are, I guess. But I still have that. I got a Roy Oswalt autograph. I got a Matt Latos. I'm going to scoot closer because I can't really see and I don't know off the top of my head. Nolan Ryan, Raleigh Fingers, Harmon Killebrew, Bob Feller, Roger Clemens, Burt Blyleven, Mark Pryor, and Big Sexy himself. I know his name and I'm going to be super pissed when I read it. Bartolo Colon. I like him. I have 2 autographed pictures actually that are Jay Bruce with COA and my favorite pitcher of all time, Carlos Zambrano. I liked him from the Cubs. I'm a Cardinal fan, but when Big Z took the mound, I loved it. This is another cool piece that I have in here that I really like. I actually got this recently last year. This is a Joker. It's actually a sticker, not a card, but from a 1989 pack. I got it down in Carlinville, Illinois at an antique mall. Kayla went down there, and I'd been in there once, but she was down there, and she's like, hey, you want any of these packs? Because they still have closed packs down there. And I opened this, and the gum from 1989 was stuck to this card. So I have the only sticky Joker ever out of the 1989 Batman packs. Right here. Perfect. So I thought that was pretty cool. Got my favorite Pokemon here, and this is one of the coolest Pokeballs I've ever owned. I've had it before in my lifetime, but it broke. So, of course, I bought another one recently, and I bought it last year. I like it because when I hit the button, it actually pops open on its own. And we got Blastoise in there. Blastoise is my favorite Pokemon. As you can see down there, I kind of have a bigger Blastoise, but he's hard to get out, so I'm going to keep him down there. I do have some Power Ranger stuff. It's kind of hard to get it down, but I can show you some more Power Ranger stuff that I have. Oh, I'll show you this one first. This is one of my favorites. I just picked this up 2 weeks ago. Ransig from Power Rangers Time Force. Right here. He's the big main villain. Super cool. I love that. One of my older things that I have. Well, I guess it's an older series, but it's a newer thing. One of the Megazords. I do believe this is from Zeo. I think from the Lion. I don't really remember the bull being in Zeo, but I'm guessing it was. I think this is from Lost Galaxy. I picked this up down in a store in Jacksonville, Illinois. They are not there anymore. This was probably about 2 or 3 years ago, called Destination Toys. If you ever can, look them up on YouTube or on Google. Super cool. Bought this off Marketplace. This is the Power Rangers Turbo Megazord with all the little cars on there. I do have a very, very old Green Ranger, the Dragon Zord Ranger here, Tommy. He is dead now, Jason David Frank. The head goes, up. You get him without the helmet on. Go like that. And we're back. I have an old Dragon Zord over here that I'm not going to get down, but it's humongous, just to give you that. I picked this up at an antique mall outside of the town that I live in. It's the Black Ranger's weapon of choice axe. So, growing up, we had a ton of these around the house. My mom thinks my dad took them, so I bought them off Marketplace not too long ago. That is the California Raisins. I'm a big California Raisins fan around Christmas time. Rudolph wrap. Love it. Great. I got some Yu-Gi-Oh stuff over here, like I said. Um, do have an old Power Rangers morpher here. Not new, from a long time ago. Obviously. I'm from a long time ago too, if you guys didn't know that. Got a Mario Star. It's got candy in it. And my buddy actually pulled this out of a Power Rangers pack not too long ago and gave it to me. That's Ivan Ooze, the first Power Rangers movie bad guy. One of my favorites. Like I said, I'm into Power Rangers. If you could see up above, which I don't know if I've ever showed you guys. I think I have on a previous video. Up above, up here, I have a lot of my loose action figures from the 90s, from the early 2000s. Tons of them. And they're worth a lot of money. Recently, I had a buddy of mine. You can't see him, but I have a whole bunch of Hogwarts-like flags of the houses. I got the original Hogwarts, Gryffindor, Hufflepuff, Slytherin, and Ravenclaw. Over here, I have tiny Gengar. I have really big Gengar that you can't see. I have 3 sets of wands, which are from Harry Potter, that are mine, which is Lord Voldemort's, Kayla's, which is Molly Weasley's, because she reminds me a lot of Molly Weasley, and Tristan, which we actually just found not too long ago, the Elder Wand, because my son's going to be the greatest of all time. I got some old cards here, just my graded cards. I wouldn't necessarily say PSA. That's a rookie Steve Nash, a 10, a Torrey Holt that I picked up. That's a random card. Louis Bob, back when he was on the White Sox. I don't know, just cards like that. I got a couple of Pokemon cards over here too. I got my books, got my old VHS tapes, got my DVDs around. Oh, DVDs are over there in that corner. You can kind of see them at the bottom, but they're up there. Then I got my old games here. I don't know how well you can hear me, but I got my PS2 games. I got my original Xbox games, Xbox 360, Nintendo Wii, Nintendo 64, my Game Boy Color games, which I have 3 Game Boy Colors. I got PS1 games, PS4 games, PS3 games, PS5 games I have on the PS5. And then I got a Switch. I got a Switch 2. I used to have a Wii U, but I got rid of it. I got a Sega game over there too, because I got a Sega, a Switch 2, a Nintendo Wii, a PS3, a 360, an OG Nintendo, a VCR DVD combo, PS5, PS2, Nintendo Switch, Sega Dreamcast, OG Xbox, and a 64. So I have more stuff than I need. But this is also the vintage room. And we're probably going to hang out in here some more. I don't think I need to tell you any more about it unless I add something to it, which there's a good chance that I'm going to. What you can't see on the wall behind you is from Hobby Lobby. Kayla has picked me up some Pokemon, just like, I don't know, wall decor. So I got a Snorlax, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Pikachu. And then over the window, to block in some of the light, I have my Ravens blanket, just like a throw of a Ravens blanket. I have 2 of them, so one of them went on the window. And then I got a LeBron picture that my mom gave me, or no, Kayla gave me that, and it's all glass. I got some Michael Jordan stuff that my mom gave me, and I don't know where I put it. It's outside in the garage somewhere. And then I got an Ash Ketchum and Pikachu picture over here, just so people can't look in at nighttime looking at me. I guess we could take a quick peek in here on what I got, and I can show you when I add to it. This is what I'm doing my personal collection. I have a couple more binders and then some in there that I'm doing trades of. Every few weeks I post them in my Facebook groups of, hey, I'm looking for these certain, like this set of cards. Here's what I have available. I would rather trade first before I buy, but eventually by the end of the year, I've set myself a goal that I'm going to own all of them that I want to. Some of them are expensive. I'm talking like $200 or $300 a card. So I'm trying to trade first. So anyways, if you can see them, I'm sorry it's blurry. I got the TV on. That's why it looks like that. So this is base set. I got Blastoise, Venusaur, Alakazam, Zapdos, Raichu, Nidoking, Chansey, Ninetales, Magneton, Hitmonchan, and Clefairy. I don't know how to make it not bright. I guess if I held it like this away from the TV. Poliwrath. This is base set 2. Poliwrath, Nidoqueen, Wigglytuff. God, Wigglytuff. Come on, I knew that. Clefairy. This is the fossil set, which I'm trying to see the best way to hold it. I got Dragonite. These are all hollows in English, by the way. Dragonite, Articuno, Aerodactyl, Lapras, Muck, Kabutops, and Moltres. I got a Dark Weezing, which is from the Rocket series. And then this is the Gym series. There's Gym Challenge and Gym Heroes. And there's quite a bit I got to get from this one. Persian, Giovanni's Persian, Lieutenant Surge's Magneton, Giovanni's Nidoking, Giovanni's Machamp, and Koga's Beedrill. That's what I currently have right now as far as the collections that I'm trying to do. In my trade binders, I have a few cards that are over $50, but mainly a lot of the cards in there, as it sits right now, average $2 to $4. I have some that are $1 or a little bit less. I have a few that are over $4, but it's more me trading multiple to get one or two right now out of there, and if I get lucky, I can knock a few out. Really, it comes off conditions. We're looking, I don't know how to explain it. Damaged would be card crunched or has a big crease in it, or a whole bunch of scratches all over the front and the back, and it's just tore up. That's damaged. Heavily played, yeah, it don't look horrible on the front, but the back just covered in whitening, scratches maybe on the front, stuff like that, like very minimal small creases. Moderately played, no creases. You can tell it's been played with on the back, but not horrible. Lightly played's the closest to near mint you're going to get. I'm talking a little bit of whitening around the edges on the back, maybe a scratch on the front, but not a big scratch, very tiny. Near mint, it's pretty much pack worthy. You open the pack and this is what it came out, it looked like. So I don't know. I mean, I'm looking for, I will accept damage as long as it's not terrible, because it's just going to live in the binder. But I'm looking mainly for heavily played through lightly played. I would like more the moderately played, heavily played, because they're going to be cheaper when I do have to go buy them. I don't know what else to show you in here, and I don't know. It's Snowmageddon outside, like I said. I forgot. It's January 24th, 2026. Current time is 2:30 p.m. I will get a drink just to wet my whistle. I hope everybody's day is going well. I didn't do the treadmill today. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the treadmill tomorrow. It just depends on what I wake up to. I'm just sitting here watching this. I got my friends in my head right now, but I got them on mute. They can't hear me doing this. I don't know if anybody's going to watch this video that I'm talking to, so it is what it is. But I don't really know what else to tell you guys today other than stay safe out there. Don't go out unless you have to later today. But it's also really cold out. I'm not just saying there's snow. You know, if it was 30 degrees and there's snow, that ain't that bad. But 0 to negative numbers, you know, wind chills -15 or high or lower, that's pretty bad with snow. I was telling Kayla earlier, I'm like, I'm probably going to have to go to work on Monday because as soon as the snow stops tomorrow, they're going to be out plowing. But it's going to be rough to get to there. It's going to be cold for another week and a half before it even has a chance to thaw. So it's going to live, you know, maybe off the roads, but everywhere else for a while. So hopefully the power doesn't go out. I have some heaters. I got a gas generator outside that I can go start. So we're good. We got plenty of food. We got water. We're good. I got phone chargers if I have to. So not bad. And we got cars. We got to go somewhere. We'll get there. All right. Well, as always, you guys know it's not always about you, Lucas, but most of the time it is. We'll see you guys next time.